Go open your refrigerator and pull out a package of chicken. Any package. Somewhere on that label, usually in small print, tucked down near the barcode where nobody looks, there's a sentence the company is required by law to print. And that sentence is a confession. It says something like contains up to 12% retained water. You paid chicken price for that package, weighed at the register by the pound. And up to 12% of what you paid for was water. Tap water, more or less, at $3, $4, $5 a pound. They're not hiding it. They can't hide it. The law makes them print it. They're just betting you'll never read it. And for most of us, most of our lives, that's been a safe bet. Not anymore. Today, I've got 7 things sitting in your kitchen right now that are legally not quite what you think they are. And I know they're legally not because the label admits it. Every single one of these, I'm going to give you the exact word to look for. Takes 5 seconds. And I'm going to give you the swap. And here's the part that surprised me when I started doing this years ago. The swap almost never costs more. Sometimes it costs less. You're not upgrading to fancy. You're just refusing to pay food prices for water and filler. And stick around for number 7, because that one you can test in your own kitchen tonight with a glass of water, and I'm going to do it right here on camera. Let's start with meat, because that's where the most money walks out of your wallet. Number 1. Go look at a package of pork chops, or pork loin, or a lot of the beef at the regular grocery store. You're looking for one word, solution. It'll say something like enhanced with up to 15% solution. And then a little list, water, salt, sodium this and sodium that. Here's what that means in plain English. They took the meat and they pumped it full of salt water, up to 15% of the weight. Then they put it on the scale and charged you meat price for the whole thing. Do the arithmetic once, and you'll never forget it. $5 a pound, 15% solution, that's 75 cents a pound. You're paying for salt water. Buy that twice a week for a year, and you've bought a whole lot of very expensive water. The word defined is solution or enhanced. Either one, put it back. The swap is meat that doesn't say it plain, unenhanced cuts. Same case, usually sitting right next to the pumped stuff. Look at the per pound price and remember one of them is all meat and one of them isn't, and suddenly the cheaper one isn't cheaper. Number 2 is the one we started with chicken, that retained water line. Here's the thing about chicken. Most of it gets chilled in big tanks of cold water, and chicken soaks water up like a sponge. The processors know exactly how much, because the law makes them measure it and print it. That's where contains up to 12% retained water comes from. It's not a guess. It's the legal maximum of what they got away with. The swap is chicken labeled air-chilled. Chilled with cold air instead of a water bath. So there's no soaked-in water to pay for. Now, air-chilled usually costs more per pound on the sticker, and people stop right there. Don't. You're comparing a pound of chicken to a pound of chicken and water. Take 12% off the water-chilled bird, and the gap shrinks way down, and the air-chilled doesn't shrink and steam in your pan either. You've noticed that puddle when you try to brown chicken and it just boils in its own liquid? Now you know what that puddle is. You bought it. 5-second check. Flip the package. Find retained water. Read the number. That number is the discount you should have gotten. By the way, checks like these, the 5-second label tricks, I've got a whole book of them. Everything I do to run this house for less, written down in one place. It's on my website, links right below the video. Go grab it if you want it. I won't bring it up again. Number 3, scallops. If you buy scallops, this one's worth real money, because scallops are one of the priciest things in the store, which makes them exactly the thing worth pumping water into. A lot of scallops are soaked in a treatment before they're frozen. And the reason is simple. It makes them absorb water and hold it. They plump up, they weigh more, and the weight is what you pay for. In the trade, they call those wet scallops. The other kind, never soaked, are called dry. Wet and dry. That's the actual language, and you'll find it on the bag, or you can ask right at the seafood counter, are these dry scallops? And they have to tell you. If the bag says treated or lists an ingredient besides scallops, that's your answer. The wet ones look like a deal per pound. Then you put them in a hot pan and watch a quarter of your money leak out as milky water while they shrink in front of you. You paid scallop price $15, $20 a pound for that water. The dry ones cost more on the sticker and less on your plate. one word, dry. That's the whole trick. Number 4, and this is the one with the receipt. So listen to this. The green canister of grated Parmesan. Pick yours up and read the ingredients. You'll find cheese, and then you'll find the word cellulose. Cellulose is plant fiber. Wood pulp, plant stalks, filler. Now, a little of it is legal. It keeps the shreds from clumping, fine. But you're paying cheese price for the whole canister, filler included, and here's how far that game can go when nobody's reading the label. A while back, a cheese company got caught selling canisters labeled 100% Parmesan, federal court. And when they actually tested what was inside, there was no Parmesan in it. None. Cheaper cheeses, cellulose, a label that said 100%, and a company president who ended up pleading guilty in front of a judge. That's not me being dramatic. That happened. Somebody sat in a federal courtroom over a canister of Parmesan. Most canisters aren't that bad, but the fact that it could go that far for that long before anybody caught it, that tells you how much anyone's checking. The swap is almost stupidly simple. Buy a block of real Parmesan and grate it yourself. 30 seconds with the grater you already own. Price it per ounce against the canister. Sometime real block cheese often comes out cheaper than the shaky can, because the can is charging you for convenience and filler at the same time. And the taste isn't even a contest. One block in the fridge lasts weeks. Grate what you need. Done. Number 5. Come over to the juice aisle with me, because this is the sneakiest wording in the whole store, and once you see it, you'll see it everywhere. The bottle says cranberry, big picture of cranberries, red as can be. But look at the actual name of the thing. It doesn't say juice. It says juice drink, or juice cocktail, or beverage. Those aren't decoration. Those are legal words. A company is not allowed to call something juice unless it's juice. So when they add one small word, drink, cocktail, that word is doing a job. It's telling you in lawyer language, this is mostly not juice. And they have to tell you exactly how, mostly, turn the bottle around. Somewhere on there is a line that says, contains X% juice. Go read that number on the bottle in your fridge. On a lot of these, it's 25%. On some, it's 10. I've seen 5. 5% juice, 95% water, and sweetener and coloring, sold at the same shelf, same size bottle, roughly the same price as the real thing. The swap costs you nothing but 3 seconds of reading. Buy the bottle that says 100% juice. That phrase is protected too. They can't print it unless it's true. If it's too strong for you, cut it with water at home. Congratulations, you just made juice cocktail yourself, for free, instead of paying somebody a full juice price to add the water for you. Number 6, those individually wrapped cheese slices. Pick up the package and read what it's actually called. Not the big cheerful letters, the required name, usually smaller, usually underneath. A lot of them say pasteurized processed cheese product or cheese food cheese product. Sit with that for a second. When is the last time you called something you were proud of a product? That word is there because the law won't let them call it cheese. It doesn't have enough actual cheese in it to earn the name. So they call it cheese product or cheese food, and they wrap it in cheese-colored packaging and put it in the cheese section and let the shelf do the lying the label legally can't. Here's what got me about this one. Stand there and compare the price. Real cheese slices the package that just says cheese, sliced from actual cheddar or actual Swiss, are usually sitting right next to the product slices, and the difference is often pennies. Sometimes, nothing. Sometimes the real cheese is on sale and it's less. There's no savings being offered here. You're not choosing cheap over fancy. You're choosing product over cheese at the same price, and the only reason anybody does is nobody ever told them to read the name. 5-second check. If the word product or food comes after the word cheese, put it back. Real cheese is one shelf over. And number 7, honey. I saved this one for last because you don't even need to read the label. You can test it tonight in your own kitchen. But read the label first anyway. Honey is one of the most stretched things on the grocery shelf. Some bottles admit it right on the front, honey blend, honey syrup, breakfast syrup with honey. Blend of what? Cheap syrup mostly. Honey costs real money to make. Syrup doesn't. So a bottle that's half syrup at full honey price is a very good business for somebody, and that somebody isn't you. And plenty of bottles that just say honey have been stretched too, quietly. So here's the old test. Glass of cool water, I've got mine right here. Take a spoonful of your honey and let it drop in. Don't stir. Real honey is dense. Watch it sinks. Goes straight to the bottom in a lump and sits there like it's got nowhere to be. It'll take its sweet time dissolving, even if you swirl it. Honey that's been stretched with syrup is thinner and lighter, and it behaves like it. It starts feathering out into the water on the way down, clouding, dissolving before it ever settles. Water welcomes it right in, because it's mostly water's cousin to begin with. Now, I'll be straight with you. This is the old kitchen test, not a laboratory. It won't catch every trick, but it catches the lazy ones, and the lazy ones are most of them. Run it tonight on the bottle in your cupboard. Takes 1 minute and a spoon. And when you buy honey, the surest swap of all is buying it from a local beekeeper farm stand farmer's market. It's often no more per pound than the pretty bottle at the store, and you can see the person who made it, which is a label no printer can fake. So that's 7. Salt water in the meat. Water in the chicken. Water in the scallops. Filler in the Parmesan. Water and sweetener in the juice. Product instead of cheese. Syrup in the honey. 7 confessions, all printed right on the packages in your kitchen, all of them legal, all of them counting on one thing, that you're in a hurry. And look, I don't think there's a smoky room where they planned all this. It's simpler than that. Water is nearly free. Filler is nearly free. Food is expensive. So every ounce of free stuff a company can sell you at food price goes straight into their pocket. And the law only asks that they confess in small print. They confess. Every package. They just price it on the front and confess it on the back, because they know which side of the package you read. The whole game runs on the 4 seconds you don't spend flipping the label over. Flip the label over, that's the whole defense. Costs nothing. 4 words: solution, retained, product, blend, and a % sign on the juice. Learn those, and you're a harder person to sell water to for the rest of your life. Here's your homework, and it's easy. Tonight, before you sit down, go pull one thing out of your kitchen: the chicken, the juice, the cheese slices, whichever, and read the fine print with your own eyes. Don't take my word for any of this. It's printed on the package. That's the beauty of it. Then come tell me in the comments what you found. What's the worst confession hiding in your kitchen right now? Give me the wording, exactly how it's printed. I read every one of these, and honestly, you all find things I've never seen. And if you ran the honey test, I want to know which way your spoonful went. Next time, I'm taking this same flip the label habit to the cleaning aisle, where the water games make the food aisle look honest. Some of those spray bottles are over 90% water with a nickel of soap in them. And I'll show you what I mix up instead for pennies. Until then, read the back of the package, not the front. The front is for selling, the back is for telling. I'll see you next time.